Hello, and welcome to Brainy Gardener. Today, it is all about how to grow and care for the Aeonium Sunburst. A gorgeous evergreen succulent, the Aeonium Sunburst plant is the recipient of the prestigious Award of Garden Merit from the Royal Horticultural Society. This video will provide you with all the information you need to grow Aeonium Sunburst plant. You may have seen this beautiful succulent growing in your local garden center and wondered how to care for it. Well, we're here to tell you it's easier than you think. You'll learn how to choose a location when to plant, how much sunlight they require, what soil is best, and how often they need watering. We'll also provide tips on keeping them looking their best through proper pruning and fertilizing techniques, along with some common pests and diseases that can affect this species. Aeonium Sunburst is a beautiful evergreen succulent from the Crassulaceae family that makes beautiful accents in the garden or container. Aeonium Sunburst is a succulent that needs full sun to thrive. Therefore, the best location for your plant would be on the south or west side of your house, where it will receive the most direct light possible. If the temperature is high, try to avoid putting this plant in the direct afternoon sun. Sunburn is a frequent occurrence in Aeonium succulents. If you don't have any exterior space, or if you have cooler temperatures, consider bringing Sunburst indoors for the winter months. It will do just fine under fluorescent or artificial lights as long as they're above its foliage. But remember that this is a temporary solution. These plants require sunlight to grow properly. Aeonium Sunburst needs to be watered when the soil is dry. If you use a soil-based potting mix, water deeply so the entire root ball is watered. If you use a succulent or cactus mix, water thoroughly until water runs out of the drainage holes. The ideal temperature range for Aeonium Sunburst is between 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It can tolerate high temperatures, so you don't need to worry about it getting too hot. However, if your temperature is below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, the plant will start to show signs of stress. Aeoniums require average room humidity and do best around 40 to 60% room humidity. For most people, humidity is not something to worry about as this moisture level is naturally present in almost every home. It's always a good idea to fertilize succulents in spring and fall, using a fertilizer formulated for cacti and succulents. Make sure the fertilizer is slow release and balanced for the best results. If you're new to growing succulents or don't have much experience yet, it's best not to fertilize more than once yearly with balanced liquid fertilizer at the start of the growing season. Propagating Aeonium Sunburst is easy and can be done by either stem or leaf cuttings. The most common propagation method is stem cuttings, which only requires a healthy stem with a rosette on top and a pot of soil. Take a healthy-looking stem cutting from the parent plant. The best time to take a cutting is in early fall when growth is just beginning. After removal of stem cutting, allow time to callus over. This will prevent root rot when the cutting is placed in fresh soil. After the cutting has calloused over, put it into a container filled with a succulent/cactus mix. Place this container in an area with plenty of sunlight and medium moisture. Keep checking on the cutting periodically for signs that roots have formed before moving them outdoors into their permanent location. Taking leaf cuttings can also be a great way to propagate succulents. This is especially true if you want to grow more than one plant from the same parent plant. The process is similar to stem cuttings. Aeonium sunbursts like to stay in the same pot for about 2 to 3 years. After this time, the plant will start to outgrow its pot. This is when you need to repot it. When you're ready to repot, you should do so during the spring or summer. When potting and repotting an Aeonium Sunburst, use a well-drained soil mix that does not contain much organic material. The proper pot size for this succulent depends on your plant's root mass. Pick a wide, shallow pot that is slightly bottom-heavy. Make sure it's at least one size larger than the previous one. It should also be able to facilitate good drainage, so drainage holes are essential. Prepare the potting medium. If you're using a container with drainage holes, add some gravel or stones to the bottom of the pot. In addition, many gardeners like to add some perlite or vermiculite for extra drainage and aeration. When choosing a spot for your new succulent, remember that they do best in full sun. A south-facing window is perfect. Aeonium Sunburst is not toxic to humans or pets. However, although the plant contains no known toxins, it's still not recommended to let your pets eat one. Aeonium Sunburst is prone to pests like other aeoniums and succulents. These include aphids, mealybugs, and scale insects. To prevent infestation by these pests, always buy healthy plants from reputable garden centers or nurseries. Once you bring it home, keep it away from any potential sources of insecticide residues, such as pesticides sprayed on nearby plants. When you notice signs of infestation, like white cottony masses on leaves or stems, place the plant in the sun for 2 days to kill any existing populations of insects before treating it with insecticidal soap spray. Please note and avoid overwatering the plant, placing the plant under harsh sunlight, using poorly drained potting mediums, and fertilizing during the dormancy period.